What's up, guys? C5 Destroyer here, and today I'm going to talk about something that involves Call of Duty and the hate behind Modern Warfare, because Modern Warfare is getting insane amounts of hate. Honestly, I think it's just for a couple of different reasons. I want to pinpoint today exactly why this game is getting insane amounts of hate. That's what we're going to do today. Now, there are obvious reasons for why this is. Yes, some of the maps are questionable. Piccadilly, questionable. Euphrates Bridge, questionable. But if you ask me, those maps are the really bad ones. I feel as though there are two types of map people when it comes to Call of Duty. There are the Treyarch map people, you know, the simple 3-lane, smaller, super fast-paced maps that just keep going. Sometimes they add a little bit of verticality to mix it up, but most of the time, 3 lanes, simple. Treyarch usually makes pretty good maps because they don't really take a lot of risk with their maps, and that's usually a gripe with people like me. They don't really take a lot of risk, and it kind of feels like a lot of the maps are like very, very similar, which they are, but it kind of feels like the maps are just reskinned over and over, kind of with little changes in each one. And what that does is the maps are good. Yeah, they're not bad maps at all, but it gets kind of boring with just playing 3-lane maps. They just 3-lane maps all the time. Same 3 lanes, middle, right, left. Just go there. And then the second type of Call of Duty map person are people like me, to name a few. The One Boom, Actman has said on numerous occasions, sometimes adding in a little more complication to the maps is good for the game. People for the Treyarch maps are people like Blame Truth. He really enjoys the 3-lane simple maps, mostly because you can't really mess it up. I completely understand that, but I feel as though a lot of the maps in this game aren't really that bad. I think they took a lot of good risk with the maps and made some decent ones. Gunrunner, Hackney Yard, you know, those aren't bad maps, and they're a little, they have a lot of things to them. Ramaza is decent. It gets a little annoying at sometimes, but I don't think Ramaza is too bad. I think the maps aren't super bad. I think they are part of why a lot of people don't like them. I think there is a little bit too many lines of sight, but these things can be fixed, and that segues into the true reason this game is getting so much hate. It's not the maps, it's not the connection. The connection has been getting a lot better now that I feel like since a lot of people have stopped playing, the connection is getting a little bit better, the hit detection is getting a little bit better. There are two things that's really the underlying surface problems that don't get talked about as much, but are the real roots to a lot of the problems in this game. One, skill-based matchmaking. Okay, so the way that the skill-based matchmaking in this game works, Exclusive Ace made a video on it. Basically, it's not necessarily off of your KD, but it is off of your KD. So it goes off of your last 5, 6, or 7 games, depending on how you're doing as you're playing. If you're running through people, hence why you don't stay in lobbies, right? You don't stay in the same lobby. If you run through a lobby, you'll get taken out of that lobby and put in a lobby full of other players that just ran through their lobby, and basically trying to balance everything out. If you got slapped around, you'll get taken out of that lobby and put into a new lobby that you're not getting slapped around in. So that is how that works. And what this does is like it doesn't cater to a good player. A good player is gonna be having fun. He's gonna smack some kids, and then what's gonna happen is that decent, good player, basically this is going to happen to anybody with over a 1.55 KD. You're going to be playing really, really good, and then all of a sudden you're going to get into a lobby where you got to put on your mellow sweatband, and you got to just try so hard. Like, it gets relentless with how hard you have to try sometimes. And I have been a victim to this, and basically any other decent player has been a victim to this, and it's really, really annoying. It seriously is really annoying. Like, every single gameplay I show you, the game after that, like, if I showed you the game after that, like, I'm going like 3 or 4 kills up, because it's just like, get a kill, die here, get maybe 2 kills, die here. You can't really streak up because you're playing in a lobby of just everybody is trying so hard. You know, it's regardless of how good you are, regardless of how good you are at the game, it's gonna get really annoying to repeatedly have to be in these lobbies. And the second thing that's seriously wrong with this game is the developers. They don't listen. So like I said, the maps thing, it segues in. There is a little bit too many lines of sight. Like, those windows, like this window doesn't need to be there. Those windows over in this room right here on Grozno Raid, these don't need to be here. I shouldn't be able to look down on people like that. Maybe the wall spot and this wall spot can be there, but other than that, that does not need to be there. But these things can be fixed by the developers. I understand you can't just make a whole new map, right? You can't just take Grozno Raid and change it all the way around. That would take way too much time. But what you can do is do something like Ubisoft has been doing with Rainbow Six, with like Hereford Base and some other maps in that game. Just board up some windows, you know, get some different, make like, you know, get rid of some of the doors, board up some windows, get rid of some of the lines of sight, just to make it a little less, you know, scary to run out into the open and you know, get into a gunfight. Because if I run out on that street and then I get in a gunfight, there's gonna be, if there's some kid up that window, he's gonna drop me. He's gonna drop me. He could be camping in that room with claymores at the stairs and at the door on Grozno Raid, and he's just gonna drop me, right? But if he wants to camp up there, cool. But the only reason he should be smacking me if he wants to camp up there is if I run up those stairs like a clown, or I run up the back stairs like a clown and run through the entrance to that room. He shouldn't be able to peer down on the street and down actually towards a spawn. The car shop is a common spawn, and be able to shoot people like that. That is encouraging that kind of gameplay. You can't do that. And the devs are not listening. Joe Secott is not listening. Ashton is not listening. Nobody's listening. They're blocking people. Eat Thoughts got blocked from like every Reddit, every Twitter. That guy's getting blocked left and right. And that's not okay. Okay? That is not okay. We're blocking people for caring about the game. If you cared about the game, if Infinity Ward cared about the game as much as the fans cared about the game, they wouldn't be blocking as many people. I don't think the maps or the hit detection or the gunplay is great. It's not the maps, not the hit detection, it's not the way the guns feel, it's not any of that. Well, a little bit of the maps. There's questionable stuff going on with the maps, but these are things that can be fixed. But the problem is the skill-based matchmaking makes the game a chore sometimes. I don't want to sweat in every single Call of Duty lobby. It's fine if I feel like sweating in a different Call of Duty. Like, let's say I was playing World War II. That game had some skill-based matchmaking too. But like, if I wanted to sweat, I could just stay in the lobby I was in and try and, you know, get some good games in of playing against some decent players. If I didn't want to do that, I could leave that lobby and go into another one, and maybe that one's not like as sweated out. You know, not in this game. You get put where they want you to get put at. There's no questions about it. But yeah, those two things are what is super ruining Modern Warfare. That's why the game is getting so much hate. I don't think it's anything other than those things. if the skill-based matchmaking was toned down, the developers listened and boarded up some lines of sight and, you know, made the weapons ADS faster. God. But anyway, I'm out of time, guys. Peace out. Like the video. Hopefully you're not blocked on Twitter. If you're not, tweet this video at Infinity Ward. That's all I got. Peace out.